तू चलता चल, तू चलता चल, तू चलता चल.
Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining in. We will start with the next topic, and that is spotting errors. Spotting errors is a bit confusing, so the more we solve the better. Let us start. So we'll start with this topic with the instructions first, and as it is the instructions that are there in the exam paper, I have noted that it down for you all. Each item in this section is a sentence with three parts labeled A, B, and C. Read each sentence to find out whether there is any error in any underlined part and indicate your response on the answer sheet against the corresponding letter, that is A, B, or C. If you find no error, your response should be indicated as D. Solve these first five. I'll read out for you all, and I'll also take a pause in between so that you can mark your answers. You can write in the comment section. The best way in which you can open the bottle is by putting it into hot water first. The best way in which you can A part, open the bottle B by putting it into hot water first. C. No error. D. Next. The electricity companies are working throughout days and nights to repair the damage. Electricity companies are A. Working throughout. B. Days and nights to repair the damage. C. No error. D. Next, the students' test results were pleasant. The students A. Test results B. Were pleasant. C. No error. D. Next, I don't agree with smacking children if they do something wrong. I don't agree A. With smacking children. B. If they do something wrong. C. No error. D. Next, I asked him what he has done. I asked him A. What he B. has done. C. No error. D. Okay, so let us check back our answers. First is A, in which you can be replaced by 2. We'll go back again to understand. 2 is B, 3 is D, no error. 4th D, no error. 5th C, has done has to be replaced by had done. Let us understand why. The best way in which you can open, instead of saying in which way you can, the best way to open the bottle is by putting it in hot water first. Electricity companies are working through days and nights to repair the damage. The electricity companies are working days and nights to repair the damage. The students' test results were pleasant. There is no error here, and apostrophe S is after SC. Whenever there is plural form, apostrophe S is after the S part of the plural word. Next, I don't agree with smacking children if they do something wrong. No error. I asked him what he had done. If asked is used and this is past tense, then this has to be had. Next. Solve the next 5. She said she was understanding his point of view very well. She said that she was understanding A, his point of view B, very well C, no error D. Next, all the houses having been washed away by the floods, the villagers sought shelter in the panchayat office. All the houses having been washed away A, by the floods B, the villagers sought shelter in the panchayat office C, no error D. Next, it is necessary for us to familiarize with and get used to the ways of the people among whom we live. It is necessary for us to familiarize with and A, get used to B, the ways of the people among whom we live C, no error D. Next, we must sympathize for others in their troubles. We must sympathize A, for others B, in their troubles C, no error D. Next, the scientists in America are trying for long to discover the genes responsible for aging. The scientists in America are A, trying for long, B, to discover the genes responsible for aging C, no error D. I hope you have marked your answers. Take a notebook and a pen while solving these. Let us check. Have self-evaluation and a practice of self-evaluation. It will help you. 6th is A, 7th is C, 8th is D, 9th B, 10 A. Let us understand why. She said that she understood his point of view very well. It's not she was understanding. It is she understood, past tense, simple past. All the houses having been washed away by the floods, the villagers are seeking shelter instead of sought. See, it's all about tenses. Having been is present, continuous, and here sought is past. So it is clashing. So here it should be all the houses having been washed away by the floods, the villagers are seeking shelter in the panchayat office. It is necessary for us to familiarize with and get used to the ways of the people among whom we live. There is no error in this. We must sympathize with others. Instead of for others, we must sympathize with others. Preposition. Next. The scientists in America are trying for long. ये for long जो है, ये गलत है. For is used for a time frame. For how many years? The scientists in America are trying for say 20 years or since the year 2000, like that. So we will understand the use of for and since. The word for is used to show a period of time in past, present, or future. And the word since is used to refer to a time, an action which has begun in the past and is still continuing. For example, for 20 years or since the year 2000 or since 2000. So always specify this, and if you see incorrect usage, you can confidently mark as that the phrase has got error. Next. Solve the next 5. I waited for a return with growing unease. I waited A for a return B With growing unease C. No error D. I do not understand why, in spite of my best efforts to please him, my boss is so angry at me. I do not understand why A. In spite of my best efforts to please him B. My boss is so angry at me C. No error D. Next. Being a rainy day, we did not feel like going out or doing anything except playing chess in our room. Being a rainy day A, we did not feel like going out or doing B, anything except playing chess in our room C. No error D. Next, it is not difficult to believe that a man who has lived in the city for a long time, he will never feel at home anywhere else in the world. It is not difficult to believe that a man A, who has lived in the city for a long time B, he will never feel at home anywhere else in the world C. No error D. Next, all the boys return back home well in time for lunch. All the boys A returned back home B well in time for lunch C. No error D. Let us get this checked by self-evaluation. 11th is B, 12th is C, 13th is A, 14th is C, 15th is B. So let us understand why. 11th, I waited for her return. See, instead of for her return, I waited for her to return. Would be correct usage of this word return. I waited for her to return with growing unease. I do not understand why, in spite of my best efforts to please him, my boss is so angry with me. Correct use of preposition is not at, it is with me. Angry with me. Being a rainy day, we did not feel like going out or doing anything except playing chess in our room. There is no error in this. Next. It is not difficult to believe that a man who has lived in the city for a long time, instead of he, this he is unnecessarily used. And that is why the answer is C. It is not difficult to believe that a man who has lived in the city for a long time will never feel at home anywhere else in the world. Next. All the boys returned home. This return and back cannot be used together. Like that and whether cannot be used together. Returned and back cannot be used together. All the boys returned home well in time for lunch. Next. Solve the next 5. Opening his letters, reading them carefully, and sending for his clerk, he dictated answers with them. Opening his letters A, reading them carefully and sending B. For his clerk, he dictated answers with them C. No error D. Next. He was my school friend, but becoming a great man, he has grown proud enough to forget his old friends. He was my school friend A, but becoming a great man B, he has grown proud enough to forget his old friends C. No error D. Next, the art of printing was introduced into England during the reign of Edward IV by William Caxton, a native of Kent. The art of printing was introduced into England A. during the reign of Edward IV B. by William Caxton C. a native of Kent. No error. D. Next, if Ramesh will be promoted, he will get a higher salary. If Ramesh will be promoted A, he will get B, a higher salary C, no error D. Next, my brother goes to the office 5-day week. My brother goes A, to the office B, 5-day week C, no error D. So let us check the answers. 16th is C, 17th is B, 18th is A, 19th is A, 20th is C. That's in NDA 2019. Let us understand why. Opening his letters, reading them carefully, and sending for his clerk, he dictated answers to them. Not answers with them, answers to them. He was my school friend, but after becoming a great man, but after becoming a great man, he has grown proud enough to forget his old friends. The art of printing was introduced in England. Introduced into England, nahi. Introduced in England during the reign of Edward IV by William Caxton, a native of Kent. If Ramesh gets promoted, it's not Ramesh will be promoted. If Ramesh gets promoted, he will get higher salary. Next, my brother goes to the office 5 days a week. It is not 5-day week. It is 5 days a week. My brother goes to the office 5 days a week. Okay, so the answer is C. So let us stop here, and we'll keep solving such MCQs. Spotting errors is important for scoring. English is overall scoring subject. The more you solve, the better. And keep reading. We will have reading comprehension sessions as well. Join our written batches starting from January 2023. Thank you.